Have you got back pain? I'm gonna fix you up. If you've watched this video before and you're just coming back for the exercise portion, then please fast forward to the timestamp indicated on the screen right now. If it's your first time watching this video, then listen up. We're gonna address your back pain. Okay, so today's video is going to contain the mobility section. This is something you're going to need to do every single day. It's only going to take about 10 minutes of your time, and you're going to get amazing results from this in terms of pain relief. I'm also going to include a strength section in a subsequent video that'll teach you how to strengthen up the areas of your core and your lower body that is probably lacking in strength, causing your back pain. I've suffered from back pain for a long time because I actually broke my spine about 7 years ago. So my L1 has a compression fracture of 30%. I also have some disc space reduction in my T-spine as well, my upper T-spine. So I've dealt with back pain. I know how it feels. It's really shitty. I don't take any painkillers at all, and I want to get you guys off painkillers if you're on them as well, right? Or if you're just kind of suffering through your day, not living life to the most optimal because of something like this, I'm here to help you out. I'm about to set a 10-minute timer, and then that's going to guarantee that this only takes 10 minutes of your day. Okay, so make sure you save this video to watch it later, because you're going to want to come back and cycle through it. And if you haven't already, then be sure to drop a like. It really helps the channel out, and I'm really grateful to everyone that likes the videos. Aside from that, if there's anything you have questions about, do drop a comment. I go and reply to all the comments on my channel, and we're going to get into it. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is start with these bounces. So first of all, if you have back pain, you might not be able to touch your toes, right? But you're going to bounce towards your toe just like this for about 30 times. So and if you can't get as low as I can, don't worry, because just a year and a half ago, I could only get to about there myself, all right? So the next thing you're gonna do to stretch your core is some reverse bounce. So reach towards the ceiling and do this for 30 times as well. Okay, now we're going to do some spinal rotation. So you're going to lie flat on the floor, and then if you have APT, anterior pelvic tilt, it's probably going to be a space below your back when you do this. You're going to want to flatten it out so your back's flat against the ground. Put your arms out to the side, raise your knees up to a 90-degree angle, and your hips are also going to be at a 90-degree angle. And then while you tilt them to the left, you're going to look to the right. Okay, now you can hold this for about 20 to 40 seconds, depending on how long you want to hold it for. And then obviously you repeat in the opposite direction as I'm doing right now. And then if you want to, you can repeat it one more time in both directions. All right, and the next thing we're going to get is some mobilization of the spinal column itself. This pose is called cat-cow. So first, you arch your back up like you see cats do, and then you tilt it down like you see a cow do, okay? You're going to run through this 10 times in each direction. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is get some thoracic spine mobility. That's the middle section of your back, below the cervical, which is the top, and above the lumbar, which is the bottom. Okay, so for this, what you're going to do is go into the similar position and you were in for cat-cow, and then reach in like that, and reach back up and rotate. We'll do 10 times each side. And then switch. All right, and if your movements aren't perfect or you're not getting a full range of motion, don't worry, this will improve over time. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is stretch out the front abdominals with a little bit of the cobra pose. So what I like to do when going into this pose is actually pivot up, go into a bit of a downward dog, so I get a little bit of a stretch in the back of my lower legs, and then I like to come into it like this, right? But you can also just get yourself into this position off the ground. This, you're going to hold it for about 30 to 45 seconds. And make sure you keep breathing while you're stretching. That's one of the most important things you need to do. Okay, then you're going to just sit back into this other pose, which is called child's pose. You're going to rest your head on the floor with your nose and your forehead touching the floor. And then hold this for approximately 20 to 40 seconds. Okay? Okay. Now, before we go and do some more work on the hamstrings, we're gonna do some more work on the lats, the side of your back. So put your feet like this. I don't know if you can tell, but I have terrible mobility right now. It's becoming more evident as this goes on. You're gonna reach toward your toe with the same hand in the same direction, and then with the opposite hand, you're gonna come and reach toward that hand, and this is what's gonna pull your back and stretch it out for you. Okay, do about 15 to 30 seconds with each side and repeat it a couple times, probably 2 to 3. Okay, now, a lot of times when you have back pain, tight hamstrings and tight glutes are the main culprit. So, we've warmed up a little bit considerably. We're gonna go into a forward fold now. Now again, if you don't have the mobility to do this completely, all you're gonna do is try to get into it and kind of pulse there, right? So if you can't go too much forward, you're just gonna pulse like this and try to feel the hamstrings, the back of your legs being stretched. For me, I'm gonna grab my toes and I'm gonna hold, okay? So if you have mobility to do this, do this. If not, then pulse. And again, hold it for 30 to 45 seconds in this position. Now, my favorite stretch to hit the glutes, which is probably the stretch that most people in this world need, is the pigeon pose. So place your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and then I'll go this way. I don't know which way is going to be better for the angle for y'all, but you can go up like this into a plank position, and if you want, you can go into the downward dog when transitioning like this, but you're going to bring one knee, whatever it is, you're going to bring that knee in towards the opposite wrist. And then you're going to sit down into it so you feel a stretch in your glutes, okay? And again, if your mobility for this is terrible, you can pulse. You can get close and you can just pulse a little bit. And this will be a way to start to get you into a better mobility a little bit faster, right? If your mobility is good enough, just hold it like I'm doing. 30 to 45 seconds. Then you're going to switch legs. And we're going to come back and we're going to repeat, because this is a very important stretch. Okay. Now, we're going to hit the quads a little bit simply by sitting down onto our heels, all right? And I don't have full mobility for this right now. As you can see, there's a little bit of space. And if you have less mobility, you can come forward like this and just ease into it, all right? Just like this. And our 10 minutes is almost up. Okay, there you have it. 10 minutes of mobility work. Do this every single day, preferably first thing in the morning. Over an extended period of time, your mobility is going to improve. You're going to see really great results in terms of having less pain with your back. Pair this with the strengthening routine that I'm going to record and put on another video, and that'll be the first step toward fixing your lower back pain, your hyperlordosis, your anterior pelvic tilt, whatever sort of conditions you may have, all right? I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel because you're not going to want to miss all the awesome stuff coming your way. I'm putting a big push on for making more content on the channel as well. I also have other things like full workout routines, meal preps for fat loss, a little bit of lifestyle stuff, some travel stuff. If you want to see anything specific, drop a comment. Let me know what it is, and I'll do my best to come up with a cool video for you that'll be really helpful on whatever topic. But until next time, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next video.